I don't always like videos, but when I do, I always prefer Road Dog Crypto. Trade wisely, my friends.
I wait for someone to save. I want to tell you something new. You drove us both into a wall. I drive away into the night, and I contemplate for a while. I wish you all the best I can, and I stop myself for a while. I'm saying things I don't believe. The panic's rising up in you. Won't you tell me something new? Don't you think what if we want the best? If I back myself, I get sooner than this. Don't you?
Oopsies.
I wait for someone to save. I want to tell you something new. You drove us both into a wall. I drive away into the night, and I contemplate for a while. I wish you all the best I can, and I stop myself for a while. I'm saying things I don't believe. The panic's rising up in you. Won't you tell me something new? Don't you think what if we want the best? If I back myself, I get sooner than this. Don't you think what if we want the best? If I back myself, I get sooner than this. Don't you wish I would have been someone else? I wanna feel your head without making a mess.
Bessie, is that you? That's Goat Man. Meh. Meh.
Contemplate for a while.
Check, check. I like cake. Chocolate cake.
For those of you out there that hitting that like button,
Dang, Sean finally did it. Welcome everyone to Late Night Crypto with Road Dogg. Right behind me is the market. This is Total 3. Representing my altcoins, your altcoins, most of our altcoins. Excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum, just mostly altcoin love. We are under the 200 moving average, and that's not great. We got actually, this is our confirmed candle. Now we can bust up above it. We need to do that. We're below the 9 moving average and also below the 21 moving average. That is, the 21 is the red one, 9 is the green one. To adjust my sound here. Sometimes Road Dogg can be a low talker, So we've already come down here twice. We retested the 100 moving average, retested the 50 moving average. So by the 5 moving average strategy, we kind of knocked those two guys out. We should be, it's a good chance for us to, it's a good opportunity. Don't let a crisis go to waste. Luckily, it's a green candle. Even on the regular Christmas tree candles, it's a nice green candle. And it doesn't feel good when you see markets go down, and I know probably some of you are not very happy about that. I mean, there were the warning signs, but the biggest thing, but it was looking good until, a couple of days ago. We started venturing down here, and it's not fun, and a little drawdown, but we got a chance here. I'm seeing a little bit of an upswing here on the daily. For altcoins, a little recovery, but if you zoom out, looking back at what happened, where we are, when in doubt, always zoom out. Ball and wedge, 68. Truly, I'm not making it up. It's actually a Bukowski statistic. 68% chance it will break to the upside. It's also a 64% chance, if I'm not mistaken, right there in that area. Check him out. Double check your stats with Thomas Bukowski. He's the one that came up with the stats on these things, right? Wrote the encyclopedia, wrote the book on it. Don't just trust your YouTuber, and I'm one of them. So you double check, do your homework, learn this stuff for real. thepatternSite.com, free site for everybody. Free plug for Thomas Bukowski. Guys, I learned so much from there. All right, so you got a high chance of coming back and retesting, and we did. And we just haven't got started. We haven't really caught our drift since then to start making a higher high, but it should be coming here. And we established a newer trend here. I even gave it some wiggle room to the wicks, but it's respecting all that, even not giving it wiggle room to the wicks. We go to the first candle body we can come up against. Had to adjust for this one. We're technically, we reclaimed it, so we're still right in it. I like it back here to know what I'm messing with. No surprises that way. If we come down to the 4 hour on this chart, we can get a better feel for what might be happening here. I want to draw your attentions, ladies and gentlemen, to these extra 3 moving averages that I have. I'm not sure if I like this thing or not. There we go. Maybe that's better. Is that better? Maybe better on the microphone. I've got 3 extra moving averages here, and we got them on the 4 hour time frame. And they're just showing up all together. They're just all a little pinched up, just having a little party going on there. Well, these moving averages are kind of important here. This is the 800, kind of a big thing. Doing my math, I think that equates to about the 200 on the daily. I can't remember. Gosh darn it. Don't ask me to do math late at night. This red one right here is the 666. She's a little devil, I'm telling you. She's keep your eye on her. And then the 360. Now, 360 crossed over that one, gained its rightful place. And it looks like they're both trying to cross over this 800. Both of the moving averages are starting to flip bullish is what I'm trying to get at on the bigger level here. A bigger sign of momentum. We happen to wick down to this area and touch it, so there's no reason really for us to wick down here again. But amazing that that's the area that it happened to choose to come down to, and you had 3 little levels of moving support, if you will, access support, along a trend line of support, giving us that little extra boost. A lot of people coming in and buying here. That was good. A lot of people took advantage of that big dip there. You can tell that by the wicks. All that buying pressure pushing prices up. Thought he'd come back down and just dump us again, but didn't quite make it down as far because there were too many people with money there. Limit orders placed saying, hey man, come on, fill me up. People pyramiding in, all the strategies you can think of. This was a buy area for people when we were coming back down here. And people liked the prices. And it was enough to give us another boost up here. Now, you might be looking at this and saying pattern-wise, oh, that's just a bear flag. Well, most of your bear flags don't have these nice big wicks there. I just want to point that out. This one is actually coming in about halfway through here, 50% of the range. Why, I bet if we pulled a Fibonacci from this high here all the way down here to track this move, oh yeah, we're hanging right around the mid-range right there. Now, the question is, will we recover or will we come back down? That's the question we should probably be asking ourselves, and still, we do have this little guy. If we're going to try to apply some trend lines and some shapes and things, and we got this guy. It's a triangle pattern. Looks like it could be an ascender with a flat top, or even if it's not, we go strictly by candle bodies. It's a rising wedgie, and that could be making this is what a lot of people will see, and wherever they take their pull for a measured move, leave it all the way down to the wiki, which I don't see that, but some people might see this, and that's a legitimate idea, saying, oh man, we're coming down here and there's some confluence. Don't get it wrong down here in this area. I'm going to mark it. I'm going to mark my fib level at least there. So could it happen? Yeah, anything could happen, but remember, we had some strong support here, enough to wick us up. It was bought up very quickly, so I'm not leaning as much toward that. Ichimoku Cloud might be entertaining that idea. She's also getting a little thick. I don't know. We're nowhere near getting ready to, oh look, we can just pop right back. I'm not quite seeing that unless we can go right up here to this little gate. Can't see it where it's kind of red and green at the same time there. It's like a little gate we could probably sneak through, but no, I wouldn't bet the farm on that one. If I was at the horse races, I wouldn't, be going all out on that idea. Could happen, but I don't know. But what I do see that might lend some validity to those ideas, if we look at that, this is positive. These things are crossing bullishly. Momentum. Hey, push up. 150, two of our bigger medium-sized moving averages are above the 200. Well, that's pretty good. That's what's holding us up right now. It's just that price and some dumpy dumpers and, whatever it was that caused the market going down. It did, but the moving averages are saying, hey, man, price just got above my non-moving average. You know what that means? I'm good. It's all good, man. It's all good, man. We got some work to do, but we got a good chance of recovery, in my personal opinion here. I think it's just a little weekend flush out. That's what I'm rolling with. I'm not going to bring you doom and gloom. I just don't see doom and gloom until we start making some lower lows from these other areas, and that would include the possibility of that bear flag coming to the downs. It could happen. I mean, I'm not gonna dismiss that idea entirely, but I'm seeing other signs that are saying, I think we got a chance to recover here. I think if you're looking at this as a top pattern here on the 4, oh man, it made a shoulder head and a shoulder to the downside. You can see that kind of stuff if you zoom out, but if you're right in the middle of it, you've probably seen them do it and flagging them to the upside, man. Flagging everything. Well, anyway. So yeah, you got that idea. And if so, wouldn't you think that your measured move might have played out close enough, because they're not always perfect? Or do you think it might be coming down? Coming down more? Could be. She may not be done, but that wick says a lot, and these moving averages say a lot. I think I wouldn't be surprised. I'll phrase it this way. I would not be surprised if that over tonight, and especially tomorrow, things start picking back up again. I mean, if I've noticed a little trend, how they would try to pump us up on the last few weekends, last 3 weekends, really, Friday, and then turn around and get us excited during the week, and then start dumping on the people they got all hyped up over the weekend during the beginning of the week. They've done that about 3 or 4 times. 3 times I remember. That I think I remember anyway. I think they just mixed it up on this one. So, we better change it up before they get used to what we're doing. So they are so clever at taking your money or making you feel like you're on the wrong side of everything. But just remember, we're getting toward the end of October. And there are good signs. This is good. This is good. This is a breakout of a much bigger pattern, and it's getting. We're going to see number go up. We're going to see like $100 billion come into this market. How you know, Road Dog? Because we're sitting at 610, and I've got to. After we get past a few little stumble areas over here, about 665 billion, we're on our way to $717 million. And that's going to make all this pain that all you holders and have been going through, and spot traders, and maybe even some of your low leverage players trying to pay the bigger games. That's when it's going to start paying off. Shout out to everybody here. Let's come over and see what you guys are talking about. Let me make sure I get the right chat up here. Pop it out, baby. Uh-oh, don't get the code away. Oh no. Security breach. Draw attention to it. Oh man. Sean? We got Barnum. How's it going, Barnum? What's up? We got Joe from Trade Intuition. What's up, my man? Strega. The hearts of Strega. Strega. Jackson, how's Bitcoin? Oh, okay. I'm clearly late to the conversation. Jackson says fetch. We'll take a look at fetch. The coins that I've got on my list to go over, I've got some decent ones, and interested in what you guys will take a look at too. We got Celinda. How's it going, Celinda? Good to see you. All right, so total 3 and Bitcoin. That's why we haven't got to Bitcoin yet. I usually start on Bitcoin. I switched it up, didn't I? Others started on that chart. Bitcoin. So we got this idea going on. If you're looking at this idea, however you want to draw this, I think that's a little tight, but that's one way to draw it. But see, man, you got some crappy angles over here. What are you doing? It's like you didn't even. Oh, that was a level line. Did I screw that up? Make sure I didn't mess up an idea. Okay. So very messy chart. We got to zoom in to start looking at. I'm just going to erase these levels here. What price are we at right now? We're at 67. Right at 67. So a lot of people are seeing a head and shoulder pattern there. That's interesting. I'm not seeing it. I don't see it. A lot of people were looking here. We're on the 4-hour time frame on Bitcoin. I mean, you definitely can see that we got lots of ideas going on here. Let me kind of just zoom out on the daily. Do I have a clean one? I got a clean chart right here. Yeah, clean chart. The daily for Bitcoin, we're getting set up for a golden cross, and now that's a buy signal on the daily, a traditional buy signal for moving averages. That's why I have the 50 on mine, or one reason I have the 50 and the 200. They're a great little combination. But we're getting ready to do that. My only warning is that doesn't necessarily mean just jump in all now. It means buy the next pullback. Because a lot of times you'll find that when that happens, well, there's a pullback that comes. And you're like, well, it's a buy signal. And then you jump in and you say, oh, crap, why is it going down? It does. It's like when it gets across like that, sometimes it has to come back and touch one of those guys. Sometimes it'll touch that line that's crossing. I don't know why. I just see that happen. It doesn't mean it has to pull back that far, but sometimes you just get a little drawdown after you get that buy signal. Perhaps it's so many people knowing that's all, let's short it. Everybody's gonna, I don't know what they're thinking. Or whatever bots are programmed. I mean, well, bots are programmed to buy on that, so that should. Mine were. But in the greater scheme of things, we take candle bodies to candle bodies, and it looks like we're definitely facing rejection. If we take this same angle, because angles are important in my theory, and it should line up very well with the wicks should respect that angle, and it does. That lets me know that we're doing something right here. So we've not broken out yet. I want to float this idea. We got one nice hump. We got two nice humpies. We might come down, but yeah, we might just bounce from here. I've got a reason to think that we might bounce from here. But I expect maybe one more humpy before we come down and do something else. Maybe even break this trend line. I don't know. I think things look good. The momentum looks good. 800, 600, 360 moving average doing what they're supposed to do. Go up and to the right. Other ones, they got away from that a little bit, but they can get right back on track here. As long as we don't break this trend line, we're good. Some people see this as a flag. Might be a flag. You're above this level right here and retesting it. That's one way to look at it. That's a good sign. So we retested that area and boom. So if you're a level by level player, you got to respect that. Making higher highs and higher lows. Maybe we're flipping the trend. We just haven't got past the big dogs, and that's this guy right here. We got to clear him, and we'll feel a lot better about going up. It's that guy right here, this little wick that we were at, and we thought, woo, baby, we're going to the moon. Flag to the upside. You know there was. You know there was. There always is too. $70,081 is what I got on this COINEX chart. I think we're going to go for it. Ichimoku Cloud says, yeah, I think so too. They just playing with us like they do on the weekends and make you feel bad about being in crypto. And I'm telling you why, man. Some of these places where I let my little Degen taste a few little candles here, I'm like, oh yeah, I see how they get you. Some of them percentages went down. Actually, right now things are starting to look up a little bit. But yeah, they did. They dipped us down. And if you're holding, you're like, oh my gosh, not again. Not again. We can't take another one of these. We still got shell shock from those little guys. I like it. Some of you guys are probably seeing, now we're talking about what we're seeing here and going on. This is what most people are seeing because that's what it is. It can just draw the line. There we go. Look, it's a boat. It's Shaw. Can you see it? And on this, a partial decline is how this pattern works for. And we got a bottoming, and we got a bottom reversal pattern, which is kind of weird at the top, but you see that happen a lot. Will it play out as well? I mean, I don't know, but we can look at that idea. Still, the one that matters the most is the big one we're in, right? Because man, that's the one that's going to start taking us up toward $90-something thousand when you get the measure move from this and where you can go. Well, that's the one that's going to be fun when we actually get the breakout of this trend line that we just can't seem to break yet. But we have. But did you expect us to get it in one full sweep when we haven't been able to get it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Yeah, even five times before. Now 6 times. But we keep going back and we keep knocking on that door. And that door is going to open soon, either from just somebody just finally giving up and letting us in, or us just breaking the damn thing down. Because they ain't making as many Bitcoin every day as they used to, but they sure as hell are buying up all that they can. So it's to their advantage to drag this out as much as they can and make you doubt this market as much as you can and give up. But thankfully for the halving and the way that Bitcoin was set up, there's just no way to avoid that squeeze that's coming. And those of us that have been through some cycles before, when there was actually plenty of Bitcoin to go around, that squeeze has an effect. Now we're in a situation where the whole world's got their eyes on Bitcoin, not just the world in general, and not retail yet, but we got big companies like Microsoft talking about it now. And I think about cycles past, and that was only a dream. It was a pipe dream because everybody was too busy laughing at Bitcoin and laughing at the idea of crypto. But now it's finally did what is ever we all. The prophecy is true. And now we're here. And a new dawn is upon us if you're wise enough to see the light and know that Bitcoin is your saving grace. Look at the top of my screen. God created Bitcoin and it was good. It's here for a reason. So don't turn your back on that. I know there's a lot of little shinies and danglies out there called altcoins that are getting our attention, but one thing that I have done this time is maintained the best that I could, at least about 60 to 70% Bitcoin. And that has been awesome. Why, even if you look at my little paper trade over here, started out with the $100,000 here on this TradingView account. Everybody's got one. Well, the equity here right now, $658,000 is mostly Bitcoin. Mostly Bitcoin. You turn it, I mean, yeah, $100,000, but look, that's 6x. I can't say that what I've been doing with my altcoins is giving me that return yet. Can you? Because it's Bitcoin mostly only, just holding Bitcoin, by the way. I mean, I flipped, I throw the little here and there, but mostly just holding this guy. This one puts what I'm doing to shame. I'll admit that. Just this idea, and it really makes me seriously think that it's so easy to get distracted from Bitcoin. So hello guys, what's up, my man? We're going to get in the market here. Sam, I'm not here. Oh man, tell me when you guys get here, Sam. When you do get here. Lol, it says ICP. We'll take a look at ICP. All right, let's start getting into some. Let's get into some coins. Our first request was Fetch. Let's take a look at Fetch. Fetch AI on Binance. Let's look at it. Oh, looky. Oh, you're having a bad day, Fetch. Oh man, you looking horrible. You look like you just lost your neckline on your head and shoulders, your inverted head and shoulders to the upside. Now that's a legitimate place to look for one right here. That's where we want to see one. So we came up, came back down, retested it because they normally do 64% chance, to the best of my memory. Same as, I think it's same as channels or. And now what is she doing over here? That's against the rules, Fetch. You're not supposed to be doing that. That's breaking. You broke this trend line and this one. What's you doing? That's against the rules. And what's causing all this? Volume overall is declining. 800, 600, 300's up here that we lost it. And so that losing that was at the point where we just kind of gave it up. Oh no, it's all over. She even did a retest in that area. So that's a significant line to pay attention to. But are we going to recover it? We can. I'm going to say that we can. I don't know how much more sideways and what down we might be going here, but we'll figure that out right now. Or at least do our best to see the probabilities. Remember, we do have a breakout of a channel, and it does have a nice little measure move up to $3. So it might take it a long time to get there. Going at this speed and what it's doing, but break it down just to the basics. And okay, so right now we got to consider this guy's invalidated because it technically broke back into the pattern, right? So head and shoulders to the upside, been put on a delay. It's time to look for something new and just forget about it for a while, unless it is a bear trap and we zoom out of here. But Ichimoku Cloud's telling me it's not a bear trap, baby. I'm for real right now. So let's take it seriously. Higher highs and higher lows, we have not screwed that part up, so we're not in trouble until we get past $1. So we can break past $1, start coming down. We'll definitely be talking to these guys at 72.88 or 88 rather. Let's take the local pattern and see what it can tell us. Oh, looky there, we had this trend line, that trend line. It liked it, and then didn't like it, and tried to ride its leg a little bit, and it slapped it off like a mosquito, and then I'm just going to go down here. This is if you just take that up, you got a channel. Let's go with this idea. How far is she going to come down? Well, channel theory. Channel theory, so yes. Well, we actually put it at the breakout, but I've been flirting with this idea of putting it at the retest because when they ride it up, I think that matters. But anyway, it suggests we're going to come down and retest the third down here. Will we? Well, no, doesn't have to. It can. I mean, we do get a. Sometimes you might only go halfway, and we're halfway there and got a nice wick up. So the measure moves are not always 100%, but they're a general guideline. Who knows? She might be, and go back. Oh, look, you nailed it. And so, well, it was just a measure move, and it worked out. We use them for a reason. So we broke this channel. No bueno. No bueno. And until we get a breakout above this little guy, and then we're just going to stick in this new little downward channel. And it sucks to say it until we don't. So if we think about what we say when things are going up, we look for three humps in the dump. Didn't quite get it here. Not by my, you know, that's the last 1, 2. And it's not 100%, but that's a good rule of thumb to look for. And if you're not getting that third hump, well, hey man, something else is going on. Now we got, are we going to get 3 humps to the, are we going to get 3, is it 3? 3 dumps and then a pump? That could be. Maybe we're going to boom and then get our pump up. These are cool times to bring out Elliot and see why Elliot doesn't have a freaking clue. Elliot says, this is a C correction. If it is, then this is our first wave. And this could be our second wave, and then we go for a bigger, much bigger third wave. I don't think it's bad. You just have to be patient with it here in the daily. It will come in time, but yeah, you're going to have to be patient with this one. It's got a lot of stuff going on with the mergers and all that crap. Let's weed all that, let's sort all that stuff out. 200 moving averages at 150. So she'll be a struggle through these areas, I believe. It'll take some time, but there will be this, when they figure it out, I do see it coming back up to around $3 or something. How far it will do into this next year, man, I don't know. Will it break above $3? Will it go to 10? Will it make our 50x? Just looking kind of bleak, right? Well, most of your altcoins are looking bleak for any massive gains at this point in the game. I mean, at the very last end of the cycle, those last couple of months, you can make up some ground, but to hold it from here to there, yeah, that's where the challenge is going to be, because you got all that inner talk saying, oh, I should just go ahead and take what I got. You know, very few people make it from the bottom to the top all the way, and you don't have to be one to make that life-changing money in here. You don't have to be, but it takes a special, and then most of the people that do, and they haven't been taking profits along the way and getting ready for it, well, they ride it all the way up there, but then they don't sell. So think about that. That really narrows it down to the people that nail it. Most of the money's made in the middle. The closer, good evening, made 25% on the Moonwell pump. Hey, congratulations, my man. Moonwell is, that's on my list to look at tonight, too. Awesome, it's been doing good. And I'm surprised. I'm like, because I'd already sold my Moonbeam. Was it Moonbeam or Moon River? I think it was Moon River, though, so. Because she bored me to tears. Take a look at Seamless Protocol. Well, now we got a list going on. Let's get busy. Stop chatty. This is actually a channel where we actually will look at charts, although I can get kind of deep into them sometimes. As soon as you guys tell me, hey man, you're getting too deep, I'll back off. But until then, I'm going to guess, I guess you're okay with it. But, you know, rather than using this stream and using you guys as my personal, you know, counselors and just talking about me and my life and what's going on and and we actually do look at charts here. So let's move on. So we got fetch. Did we look at it on smaller time? I don't think we need to really, because unless you're trying to make a smaller play, but you've been losing some levels. I think she. That's when I bring out the magic of the fibs. Oh yeah. She could. I think she could still get accurate. Where you to pull? Don't be sloppy. Okay, you did 618 it. What I like on the 4 hours is that we're below these two guys, and they're still in good order. There could, I would look for a possibility. We're at the 0.5 right now. We did wick off the 618. There's a chance, but I mean, it could also be. It could also be a retest and then come down, so I would be careful. But if you're looking to try to get in, if you're a bottom feeder like me, I would be looking here with that wick and everything. I would be enticed to try to take some kind of long to at least get something. So I could see the appeal on that, holding this area, maybe getting back up to like 134, But up to there, getting beyond it's going to be a little tricky. She may roll over at that point. So there's a trade there for about 11% for anybody ballsy enough to take it. It's just for more of the conservative person trying to get in. It's not really where you'd pick for your major entry, in my personal opinion, until you actually get a confirmation of something. Let's move on to ICP. My chat thing is not working where I can press a button and send a message or whatever, or a link or anything. That is not working for some reason. Thank you, Stream Deck. I thought we had that settled. But no, we don't. All right. Sucks that you lost that line. I guess we got to extend it on you, ICP. What the hell? Oh, you add it too. Well, doggies. Damn, ICP, for real? I gotta put you in check too. This is one I've got on spot margin, so when she comes down like this, I'm not happy, okay? I'm just gonna straight up tell you, I'm not happy. I'm trying to grow this bag, and that's good. It gives me an opportunity to do it, but it shrinks down, and I'm just like, oh, shoot. So the accumulation that I do over here is like, no, it puts me in a little bit more drawdown, and I don't like it. But, you know, it's part of the game for position trading and trying to build a bag at bottoms. She did a double bottom here, looked so good, and lost it, but finally did something. $9. Does the type profit? When was this? September? I've been taking profits. I've been more aggressive taking profits, even when it looks like the market's, oh, we're turning around, going to the upside. You could have thought that in September. I'm sure a lot of us did. But how you been thinking about October? It's last October was just as shaky as this one. I looked at my thumbnails early in the month for what they were a year ago, and we went through all these periods of doubt here in October last time too, but then she cleared it out. She made it all right. So the 4 hour for ICP, not too close. I've got this yellow line that we seem to be respecting, and we're back above it right now. Or clinging to it for dear life. Most of the congestions up here, all those moving averages are over here, all grouped up and everything, and got to see how they're laying on top of each other. Yep, we got to peer into the private life of the snake orgy right here, the moving average orgy, and see who's on top of who. Hold your eyes. This is why this is not safe for work. 800, I'm always looking for 800 first. 600, that's good. 200, that's good signs, but 300's feeling kind of down. 50, all the lower ones are kind of down. So, I mean, we get 200, 300, they got some issues to work out. Most of the momentum is still up here. We could snap back to these areas, but then I would just expect it to be a bunch of headache and crap like we got here. All those wicks up and down, up and down, up and down. And I believe what we got here is just a big ass accumulation of ICP, and I think you probably got some bigger players in the game that kind of wanted to get it on the cheap, but yet without taking price entirely. So I do think that we will kind of hang out here, unfortunately, until they get their fill. Ichimoku Cloud's not looking very happy about all this, but here on the daily, notice. Call me crazy, but I just have this theory, and I'm trying to watch it as much as I can, but it just seems like every time that there actually is something manipulative going into the market, something sketchy going on, it just always, my theory, which is not yet proven, is that this particular moving average seems to be involved, and I think it's very interesting that particular moving average happens to be the devil one. And I'm like, the devil is in the markets. I just find it very, very interesting. Maybe I'm just putting the tinfoil hat on. Oh my goodness, did we lose it? We lost the tinfoil hat? How can that be? Sean? Man. So wicks to it, but candles above this 618. And I'm not sure, where is that 618 from? That doesn't even look like one to me. Oh crap, do we have to erase it and draw new lines? Swing low to swing high, tell me where I need to buy. I don't have you as a 618 there. What are you, line? You're a mystery line now. We'll have to, I like it when things make sense to me. All right, come on, let's do it. So by this pull, swing high to swing low, and you will see how these Fibonacci's, they overlap with each other. If you miss something on one pull, another pull will take your bill, get you, take care of you. Look right here, 236 Fibonacci. Now anything below this line is considered a discount area. That's where we wick down to. We didn't have much time, but down there. But respecting it and staying above it is a good sign. And then by my fib strategy, just from this pull here, it says, hey man, we're actually doing pretty good. So now we're in this little secondary stage here, this 236 area, $8.06. Even our non-moving average is hanging there. And you know, we're below the 9, so we talk bad about it, but good chance we can snap back to that 9 because we've done this before a time or two. Last time we come and talked to the devil, I'll say it, ICP been talking to the devil. Or at least the market makers or whatever been taking price down to the devil. I don't know why. I don't know why she wants it, but we bounce back. But I think we got a good chance to try to bounce back a little bit, but it's going to be shaky. It's going to be shaky for ICP. The powers that be seem to be wanting it somewhere between $7 and $8. But if you zoom out, and let's just go back and look to where it's been this year using that same idea. We are right smack dab in the juicy middle of the accumulation zone, because the one that really counts is going to be this area. And we can even gap it up because there seems to be a gap between that. That's kind of interesting. We might recover this area a little quicker than what we would think. This is kind of a, I don't know what to call this. The opportunity, I don't know, just she fell so quickly from there. I think she can make it up really quickly too. I think if we get past 940, get back up to these areas, that's where the 200 moving average is anyway. And it looks like it will be a struggle for a while. But once we finally clear this accumulation zone, this little discount zone, I want to get rid of this guy. It's on my nerves. Then, man, $15. I mean, we were here. We were here in March. From December last year is when we started making our little come up. We started back in October last year. This one actually did good a year ago. It started going up slowly. Man, do you remember this thing being at $3? ICP, nobody wanted to touch it. Oh, it's crap. Nobody wants that. And then it went all the way up to around 20. But it was here in December through, when was that? January. Those weeks. That's when it was starting to perform. Nice ones. Flag to the upside. Let her flag to that. How many flags can you get before she doesn't flag out anymore? That's the question he's asked. Look, flag to the, not upside. Flag chasers, man. I don't know. It's like dogs that chase cars. I'm telling you, it's all good until oh, that one. See ya, Fido. So the target that I really got my eye on, or where I want to see price pull back to, is $15. Now that made Daddy happy because, ooh, we need that again, and it should be coming soon. It should. She's going to have to struggle for a while though. It may be December before we see her take off again. I'm sorry to say that, but she might be riding the slow school bus, but it's got a big motor in it. It'll get some momentum going, and we'll start pumping up. Oh no, the music changed. Now the mood's changed. You'll see me change. Gap filler. I'm a mood. How's it going? Bullish or bearish? Short term, it's undoubtedly bearish right now. Short term, I mean very short term. It could turn around tomorrow. They're playing games is what they're doing, in my personal opinion. Long term, always bullish, but for altcoins, man, it's a little hard to keep me that bullish. Because I've been long of the opinion that, and I think especially this cycle with the adoption of Bitcoin and global attention to Bitcoin, that is really going to take away from altcoins. And I think I'm right on that. What I wasn't, one angle that I didn't think about, but also think adds to that is the oversaturation of altcoins that we have right now. That's playing a very big part. And then on top of that is now an oversaturation of meme coins. So it's there's a lot of distractions away from Bitcoin to make. And I wonder, is some of that by design? Or if our collective unconscious, is this a way that, don't fade Bitcoin. Do not fade Bitcoin. Your future self in the next 10 years from now will look back and say, just like mine is looking back on the 10 years past saying, damn, why did I sell that Bitcoin? I had 10 of those gains, 10 of those guys. And it's so hard to get 10 now. I just think everybody with Bitcoin, you're always going to look back and say, man, why did I sell? Why did I let it go? Or why didn't I just, make sure that I kept the amount that I had and build it? Why wasn't I actively trying to build it? Why did I turn my back on Bitcoin or not take it as seriously? Because that was clearly the smart move. My plan, what I'm doing right now when I'm taking profits, I'm doing a little bit of a slower game with some of the strategies and some of the swings I'm doing, mostly position trading over in COINEX. But when I am taking profits, now I'm doing something a little different. I have a problem where if I put it into Tether or stablecoin, that, well, there's always this gorgeous deal coming around. I just happen to have some Tether to get into it, and then I run out of dry powder quick. My little Degen gets a hold of my powder bag. That makes any sense? Anybody else had that problem? I asked this question a few nights ago and I got no responses. So maybe you guys are all really good at it, but maybe I'm just the one that sucks. But let me get some 111s and see. Do you guys have that problem? I mean, can you hold on to your powder? Where when you need it, is it there when you need it? Because I find, oh crap, man. So what I've done, let me talk about this for a moment. And I think I think it'll work for me. It may work for some of you guys. But PAX G and some other gold things coins are also available. And so what I did differently is that I started, because gold is just, it's a solid asset, right? And we've got a representation that's at 27,000. When I actually last time I bought physical gold, and the only time I bought, I mean, other than jewelry, but real physical jewelry, you can't invest in jewelry. I mean, as a past jeweler, I can say that it's a markup on it. It's diluted. It's especially here in America. You get people from overseas coming to a jewelry store. They don't want to touch our gold because it's not 20 or 24 karat. Okay. Here in America, we got it down to even less than half, less than 50% gold. I mean, even your 18 karat is only like 74% gold. So if you do buy gold, make sure you get 18 karat. They don't do 24 here in the US, or it's through specialty shops or something with some illegal reason that they can do it, but you don't see that here. So anyway, here we have tokenized gold. Don't have to carry it with me, and I kind of like that because I can go in and out of it, and it increases in value. So I'm putting what I would normally try to stack up on the side in stablecoin. I'm putting it in gold coins, and considering its performance, it's a very slow turtle mover. It is, but it's not got the big up and downies that Bitcoin and all these altcoins have it, and I think we can use that. I think I can use it to my advantage. And one day it even had a spike all the way up there to 30,000. Imagine just having some limit orders just set like I do on my gold, and if we do get a crazy spike and run back down, well, honey, I'm playing the gold one too. So that's what I'm doing, using this as a store of value that it is, so that my Degen's not going to bankrupt me trying to, oh look, let's go put some more in gold coin. No, that's something I've got. My Degen has his little areas, but this is my extra assurance that my little Degen won't do something stupid. And I like this. I like this idea. It's a slow and steady guy for a good place to pack my powder. All right, we went to Fetch, we went to ICP. Let's take a look at Moonwell. man, this is when you say, man, I wish I bought more. My little bitty bags of Moonwell have turned into, I'm like, oh, well, wish I'd put more in there. That's famous last words. Woulda, coulda, shoulda, whatever, but she's doing good. For this one, we're going to deviate a little bit. Let's see, where are we? Are we logged in? Oh, man. Every time. We may not. I was wanting to try to... I don't like it how it logs me out of here all the time. Oh, okay, so I'm logged out of here. Let's see if we can... I really... What are you doing? Now we're cooking with gasoline. So we'll connect over here. This should get us in. Let's take a look at Moonwell. We might have done this before, but I don't think it's anything more than a governance token. So I think they're see how much is hype and see how much is maybe fundamentals. Why are we not in here? Oh, my bad. One more time. I don't think I hit the last confirmation there. There we go. Hey, team people watching. How's it going, people? Glad to have you here. Each and every one of you. God bless you each and every one of you. God bless you, each and every one. It is Saturday night, and we're just taking a look at crypto. Doing a little deeper dive here on Moonwell. Why not? She going straight up. Is this something we need to be, put on the radar? She seems to be strong now. Is there a reason for it? Strong buy? You got a strong buy? You just blasted off. You tell me strong buy? My spidey senses say, what? It sounds like a setup. You want to dump on me? What? No. Technical analysis 90. We're gonna have to take a look at it. I can't see how straight up is like, oh, this looks like a great place to get in. That's like when your basic rules is like, no, dog, no. Don't do it. Maybe there's shorts. Maybe they're looking for shorts or something. $260 million market cap right now. That's still low. This could get into the billions. So we're looking like a 5-10x to the $1 billion, to $2 billion. So that's interesting. Okay. Moonwell Artemis uses battle-tested code for Moonwell Apollo protocol to provide open non-custodial lending and borrowing DeFi protocol. While Apollo is a community-driven y'all use a protocol a lot, don't you? With innovative features, Artemis users will enjoy polished features with faster transaction times while still preserving the same level of security. Moonwell's goal to be the most user-friendly, fast, and secure DeFi protocol in the ecosystem. Okay, highly secure, blah, blah, blah. Okay, nerd speak for all this stuff. A bunch of PA stuff, and then... Let's go take a look at it on the investor summary. Valuation grade is saying that she's a little bit on the overvalued side. Now that I would agree with at this point in the market with that giant dildo candle up to going straight up. So... we'll see how long that lasts. Technology grade's good. Fundamental grade's good. This is just not when I want to buy. This is like a hot potato. Let's see what we got here. She's already went through one area. That's an orange area. That was a predictor area. And she went past our predictor area. Wow. This is parabolic for Moonwell. Let's clear you off here, baby. Price discovery from Moonwell. Where's she going? Now that makes perfect sense to me that she'd be on her 5th wave up there looking to start her ABC correction. That makes perfect sense to me. That's what Elliot says, and I'm pretty cool with that. He thinks she can come down to 72, 79, or 85 cents. I don't always agree with Elliot, but I gotta say, this is one of the most enticing times. I gotta get me some Moonwell, and I'm saying, shh, chill. And one of the reasons that I'm going to say that is because Road Dogg has a very special power. When Road Dogg gets out this particular tool and starts defining the beauty and the symmetricalness and the curvaceousness of this, this titillating, here's a titillating shape right here, this parabola, if you will. Well, the market don't like it when I do that, and it likes to crash them. So I'm sorry, it's the curse of Road Dogg on the Road Dogg parabola. As soon as I draw it out, she's going to start. Can't nothing to do with that. That's especially true during the about 2 years ago during that market phase. Every time you get one of these, oh man, go to the upside. It's when everybody started talking about it. It starts, everybody look at me. Well, she's doing good. We should probably invest in that. She's outperforming everything, doing very good until you buy it. And then the truth comes out. Okay, so what we got? If you're going to buy, I would look for a retest of these areas. Look for a bounce off of this. Ultimately, you're in a rising channel that broke to the upside. It should retest this. If it's going to continue on this strong parabolic move, it needs to bounce off of here. Right here. Right, draw it. Where's my price tags? Sean? Damn. It's hard to find good help. So 8.7, 8.8 cents. What else can we see here, Road Dogg? Let's go from this impulse move swing low to swing high. Fibonacci 382.085 cents. If she bounces off of there, yeah, it can stick. She can do something. She can keep going. If she's going to do it, Ichimoku Cloud's giving her support. Ichimoku Cloud's being the little cheerleader. Go moon well, go moon well, go moon well. Ready? Okay. So I mean, she's getting cheered on by it. So I mean, maybe I didn't sell out my bag, but there's not much left I can hang on to. I've split you up as much as I can. You're totally a moon bag of moon well, but it's a tiny one. Folks, I whittled this thing down. I think I'm down to between $20 and $40 is all I got left in this. And I mean, at this point in the game. But if I see something going on here, maybe I'll double down on it or something, but I'm not going crazy on it. She's at a high. Now, for the people that were playing this and put a few dollars in here at 3 cents, why, or 20 bucks here, you know, you're like, oh, well, hell, it turned into something. Nice. Being so spread out on all these altcoins and not concentrated in one. If I'd put 2,000 in it, would I be happier? Did you know that was going to take off? If you're following it over here, by what I teach, that trend line breakout a bit. Woo, dude. It did good. It didn't fumble around either. She did just a little bit, did her retest, just like what we looked on the falling wedges. This is what happens. This is what happens. You break out, and oh man, you suck, Moonwell. 3 cents, you're not going to be anything. And you give it time and let the pattern do what it's going to do. Retest, and then this one, look how it did. Oh my gosh, straight up to the moon to 5-6 cents, man. Just instant 2x right there. And then it kept on going, making flags, making drunken copper handles or whatever. That's the craziest thing I ever heard. It makes higher highs, higher lows in a channel, and then it broke that channel, and it could. She's already method measure moved from it, so I'm saying, you know, take it with a grain of salt. But look for a retest. She's already method measure move coming back. There should be a retest here. Also, to protect your ass, might I recommend you come down to a smaller time frame so that you can see this noise when you're getting these situations. And let's draw trend lines, because that's the ones you need to watch out for. So here we go. Trend line. Oh shoot, we're going to the moon. Yeah, let's keep our stop losses below this trend line just to save your ass. And that way, if you do that, now think about this, if you do that, if you're already in it and you want to add to it, this is me talking to myself, I guess, because I'm in that situation. I already got a little bit in here, so if I can't set my stop loss the way I'm doing it because I'm doing it through a swap wallet, but where I own an exchange, I'll have to set a mental stop loss, or even better, just let's draw us an alert line. Hey man, I'll do that. So I have to depend on this to alert me. Hey, man. Oh, I need yeah, if I'm alerting myself, I'm gonna say sell now. So I know what, because I remember, why am I got an alert? I don't want to buy any. I would say sell now. Tell me when the hell to get out right here. And if I can enter in right here. I might have an idea, but still, we're not doing good until we get past this high. So that would be one of the first targets. That's 21% gains. That's worth it for me. 11% stop loss. Are you stupid? But I was here from down here, so I'm good. Actually, it's just me. If she breaks back into this pattern, actually, for real. For me, yeah, I'm this way. If you break back in that pattern, I want out. So screw you and your big stop loss, man. I'm going tight like I normally do on something like this. You can get a tighter stop loss, and that gives me a 5-to-1 ratio just for making that 20%. I'm for that. I like that idea. Respects my trend line idea. Stop loss below my trend line. Let's do it, baby. Come over my stop loss line. I'm out of you, but I can add in down here too. So I guess I should put. Since I'm not aping in right now, let's put one here for me to buy. And I'm going to say buy now. Or add in now. Sean? Little freaking Degen. Add in now, Sean. So now I've got me a little line set for when price comes down to it. Hopefully, if technology works and I'm here and I can see this thing, it'll let me know. The cool thing about TradingView is that you got the TradingView app. It lets me know on here more often than it does on my screen. I don't know, maybe I got some setting wrong, but I like the app just for that reason alone. I was like, oh, shoot. All right. Oh, maybe I need to buy now. So Moonwell, here's an entry idea for a risky trade. No guarantees, because she comes back in below this red line. I would not be surprised she slams back to the bottom of it around 7 cents and maybe even dip below. However, the moving averages are saying, nah, we're kind of cool with it doing what it's doing. 200 moving average still down here at 6, though. I'm still going to say it can happen. I don't care what you're saying, moving averages. I know how you market makers like to play with their heads on the weekends. So a little trade setup maybe there. Do I want to share that one? Is that where it's not a strong one to share for real, but I think it's more for somebody who's more comfortable playing with these ideas, not for somebody, this is going to be my first trade. Let's do this one. I'm like, no, shh, close your ears. You didn't hear any of this. This is your first 10 trades you've taken. This trade setup is not for you. Let me make a little disclaimer. This trade is not for you if you are new to this market. If you have not made 10 trades on the spot margin, I would highly avoid this. Even if you've not made 25 trades, I would probably, this probably is not for you. We'll share it because, hey, we're a sharing kind of people here. Not the student charts. We want to go to the trade setups here, and we're going to post it over here. Degens rejoice. Here is a higher risk Degen setup with a slice of conservatism. That's because we did tight stop losses and waiting for the bottom of the trend line set alarms. Try not to die. Try not to get wrecked. Boom. All right, so Moonwell, I mean, she's up. Went over the warning signs, what to look for, what could happen, and if it doesn't happen, maybe she keeps going because she might be a nice little. How many tokens and stuff was it over there, Moonwell? How many tokens? I mean, market cap, yeah. How many tokens? Total supplies. What? 5 billion? You're kind of liberal with the tokens, aren't you? You think you got enough for everybody and their farm animals? I mean, just make sure, did the goldfish get one? Oh, you can now because you got so dang many of them. Come on now. How many people do you think is in this world? Do you think you're going to just be the... All right, so there's like almost, not quite, but let's round it up to 3 billion out there, and 2 billion that can just rain down on your head according to whatever schedule they got. And people anticipating, yeah, man, I'm gonna wait until it gets up to here, and I'm gonna dump my bags, woo, buy that yacht. And that's what you're going up against with these guys, and that could just be a few cents away. So keep that in mind on these parabolic moves. You're helping somebody's dream come true buying those big candles. Thank you for contributing to their new yacht. Because if you're in the situation wanting to buy that yacht, you'd be looking and say, hey man, Moon was a perfect place for me to sell. Flip your mind script as best as you can, whatever it takes. Well, I'm going to deviate and I'm going to take a look at one of my meme coin plays. And it's probably not one that any of y'all are in, and I'm not saying to get in or anything, but I think it's interesting because I've been on some downtrend on this one. She does good, but you know, when they're not popular, they start coming down. Well, now she's starting, I think, to pick up now. So I wants to look at her because she did really good up here, made some X's there, and, you know, just like the parabolic move we're looking at now, you go up and then what happens after that? Sell off, and then you go through this long ass reaccumulation. So this was back in July, which looks like it was forever ago. And then as recently, what was it? And just a few weeks ago, she gave us a beautiful head and shoulders Bart Simpson butt crack, and it has played out beautiful. That's textbook head and shoulders right there to the downside, and then she did. I had some hope that maybe she wouldn't go down that far, and I was sorely disappointed. But now she's looking like, And I'm telling you, man, when I'm not happy trying to feed this little guy down and trying to get my position here, but now it's starting to pay off a little bit. So I've been adding just little. But I do have more than this than I would say total. I've got somewhere probably about $500 into this. Even here at the bottom middle areas, because I was like, I'm going to play me one. I'm going to pick me a meme coin. I want to play that little bastard. Ups, downs, and sideways, and all that. I'm going to go in, and I like the way this one does. And I think she can, because we were from here. Her recovering, she had some problems over here. That's 25% gains. Her coming up here to fight through this area, that's 50% gains. So she makes it through it, and when she wants to go, she starts a going. And then I can see in 100 or maybe up to 200% as we start recovering these areas here. And I will definitely be peeling out profit on the way, because I don't know. See, I did that the last time over through here, and it worked out pretty good. So I can afford this stuff, but it's not fun watching it act this way. But now she's starting to turn around. I'm like, motion. Breaking some little areas here, some trend lines, and looking juicy. And I'm thinking, I want a 4-hour chart here on this little guy. Well, she's already, and the last little bit since its breakout time, already went up a nice 20%. And I'm starting to see it show here, and I'm not feeling like a heel is bad. We get up to my moonbag territory. I'm going to take out my capital and just let this little puppy ride. Come on, sweetie. Let's do it. Moonding is also doing pretty well. Good old Moondinger. Moonding did really good, and then she seemed like she petered out and met her top, right? She did exactly what she did that. And I was following this one. I was. And sometimes I'll track them. I put $1 in and just track them on my, if I'm on a swap or something, like I do this one on my Phantom wallet. I don't have this one on the exchange, and watching. And I got into her, and I was very pleasantly surprised at just a few dollars, because I would add here and there if I thought maybe she had a chance to do something. Wow. Moonding. It's not like I made Lambo money on this one. A few dollars turns into like, hey man, now you got 50 or 60 bucks. Okay. $224 out of Moonding. Now you're gonna wonder, can she keep on going? Because I noticed that the flag boys lately, I don't know why, but let's talk about this. In your traditional analysis, this is a rising channel and it's bearish. Okay, so from the get-go, that should be your first thought on this one. Oh shoot, you're making a bearish pattern. But what I'm seeing, the flag chasers like to do is look at the flag to the upside moonding. I can see this one being over here by. We could be at 40 cents by the end of the month. Ichimoku Cloud saying, nah, bitch, I'm getting ready. I'm getting ready to rock your world to the downside. So I'm just throwing that out there. If she can, if she breaks to the upside of this, if something turns around, she's already starting to give it up in the last couple hours since I've heard the analysis. I don't know. A lot of people, you get the flag chasers have a flag bias. If there's anything that resembles anything like that, let's flag it out. I think it starts with let's flag it out and see if it comes. And I don't know, man, but if you study Bukowski or just even the Investopedia will put this wisdom in your head, man. Rising channels, they usually break to the downside. I even think Elliot's got some rules to play for with channels and triangles. So there's a wealth of other information out there that's a little bit more accurate than I've seen this many times. To the upside. And whatever happens, it doesn't matter. They'll say, oh, well, if you'd been in my group, you would have not seen when I told you it was not going to do it. It's coming down here. We played that beautifully, and you need you'll get every other story. I don't know. But my analysis says, hey, man, okay. Is there hope? There is a sliver of hope, believe it or not. I got to mention that if we're holding the 618, if we're holding this, yeah, maybe it can hold. That's not the reason that was given. It's just it's a flag to the upside. That look, I called it. If anything comes of it, I'm like, oh man, you got the Dunning-Kruger effect going on right there, just in perpetual motion with those things. All right, so 29 cents is a valid target if she can hold here. She might hit that area. Getting further than 32 cents, trying to pull that 64 cent move all at once. I'm sorry, I'm not. You got some high, strongy reversal areas here, rejection areas, I should say. And right here, 29 and 32 cents. If we can hold this area. If we can hold this 618. Otherwise, this is a 618 Fibonacci rejection where the sellers and people want to short it from here. That happens a lot. The bots that are programmed it, the people that just trade it for the traditional technical analysis always know that, hey man, the Fib's a great place to take profit. If not, to turn around and try to short this little sucker down back to retest these accumulation areas, because that was a lot of buy pressure. And for what reason? I don't know. This is a meme, by the way. So with that in mind, and just considering the fact that even though she's slanted, by all counts, you've got a falling wedgie, and falling wedgies, according to Thomas Bukowski, have about a 64% chance to come back and retest the breakout area. Now, it had a 68% chance to break up and hit a measure move, which we haven't even looked at. What's the measure move for this guy? I'm going to use the cheater method because it's just quick. All right. The measure move is here. Put it to the breakout and boom. Measure move fulfilled. And now you got pattern trader experts out here getting caught up on flags and saying, oh, well, now it's going to miraculously just go beyond where it's saying, hey, man, that should be about as far as it goes before it does something else. So throw that idea out there. If you look back where you came from, it'll tell you where you're going. And if you happen to find that you're just where it said you're going to be, you're right where you need to be. And that's probably as far as you're going to go for right now. Let's look and see if there's something else that's going to say something else. And yeah, the 64% retrace. Oh my gosh, that would be horrible to come back to 9 cents. I'm not saying that it will, but it's on the table. So let's just jump into Moondang and see if we can forecast. I would like to draw your attention that here on the 1 hour, the 200 moving average is sitting here in a 786 retracement. And that just seems like beautiful poetry to me. And I'm just going to jump out of here and just on a standard traditional reading of this and saying the likelihood of it coming back here is probably pretty good. There might be a short for Moondang. Ichimoku Cloud says, yeah, bring it on, baby. They just can't see it yet. You're already losing the 9 and 21 moving average, flirting with the 21, flirting with that trend line that's to the upside flag pattern. So realistically, we would be looking for these areas and maybe deeper. So let's just see. What goes up fast comes down. Sometimes equally as fast. Unless you're looking for a flag to the upside, and then you're like, oh man, well, you should have known it's going to Bart Simpson right here. And they'll have all the excuses to why it didn't play out. But it's kind of stupid to expect that it would play out from here now, is what I'm trying to say. It's highly improbable that rising patterns want to break to the downside. They just do. So your flag persons might be walking that idea back here a little bit. They could have to look back on Moonding. I'm thinking about getting some of it myself. I would not think about buying this right now. You need to be thinking about getting paid right now. Buy more when it's at a dime, when she's more than half price. See if we can get a repeat here of this activity. Just always throwing in my commentary, huh? Just what I do here. So, let's come back and see what you guys are talking about. Joe says, I'm making bad choices. I'm yelling at ChatGPT, trying to create a script for a TradingView. Tried 8 times in the last year, but now I have the paid version and same, nothing but. Well, Joe, there's some better models out there that are better at doing that stuff than ChatGPT. I don't know. I don't use ChatGPT, but I do use some. I know that Llama, Facebook put theirs open source, and that old Llama one, and you can even run it locally on on some of your scenes. You should on a lot of them. They got a version that will. It's so much better. But there's some others that kind of do better at some of these things. So if you're following somebody, I know there's some, I think there are some videos. I think I ran across one that's trying to use AI to do a TradingView script. Maybe pay attention to the model they're using, and if they're using chat, it sounds like they might be using a different one. Waste of time. Every time I spend about 5 hours, I know it's just frustrating. Of course, I got some model. I got one to play with about image generation, and I just, typed in, give me a kitten playing with a ball of string, just to try it out. It took so long just to give me this, like, that looks kind of lame to wait for that long on my machine. And I got a pretty decent graphics card. So I don't know. I'm playing with some of these ideas too. I think we all need to. Right now, only that 1 hour wasted time. Nikki 9, cheers, y'all. Hey, how's it going, Nikki? Gap Filler says, thinking Bitcoin dominance tops out hard at 60%. We close enough all season around the corner. That's what we were hoping that for about a year. I've got to put this scenario up there. You have a very big saturation of altcoins. Huge. Now, the way it's going right here, yeah, I could say that in the 6, and I believe it is a 618, right? Yeah. So the 60% is a 618 pull, and we're going to hope that we can. But I want to venture this idea out here on anything else that we'd be looking for in technical analysis and looking at stuff. We see that we got a pattern and a breakout of it and a squeeze, and this is where we're getting global adoption. We were up to these areas at 72%. I see those areas coming. So if we do get rejected here, and I hope, I'm not against it. I'm not against us doing that. Let me get rid of some of these lines here. I mean, that would be good for altcoins, and it is in a rising pattern. But here's the scenario. Even though it's in that rising pattern, if we think about this halvening, post-halvening, global adoption, and whatever the world's waking up to see that fiat is not really the answer. And then what if you get some of these new, what the BRICS go to Bitcoin? What if something big like that pops up? There is something that could be happening. The Ichimoku cloud is saying, I'm ready to break out of this rising wedge to the upside. And if it breaks up to the upside, it's a parabolic move. Meaning 60 is not going to contain it, that there's going to be a bigger demand for Bitcoin over altcoins. And this is what I've been preaching. I've been sensing this for a while. Like, this is not the first time I've mentioned this, but what will it do to altcoins when all the attention, and I know a lot of it's going to be new money too, and altcoins will get a benefit but still Bitcoin is going to outperform all the altcoins. If we go to 72% of the market is in Bitcoin, what does that say about the oversaturation of altcoins right now? I mean, think about it. It says we got too many altcoins and they're going to underperform. And we're not going to see the exits and returns out of altcoins because Bitcoin is going to be stealing the show. So, and that's one of the reasons why I'm really trying to narrow down my altcoins and try to find the winners right now that are performing well with Bitcoin. And I think that's imperative to do. I've done one video or one stream a couple of days ago doing that, and I'm going down my list. But that's my agenda right now. I'm trying to get out of a bunch of these. I'm in way too many altcoins. And there are some good ones, and they're the traditional, they're the hype ones too out there, right? Most of these altcoins are hype. Let's be honest about it. They are overvalued. They really are for what they present. This to be true. Compared to Amazon, that's got warehouses, trucks, and everything else and doing something. And then we got some altcoin that's got $2 billion market cap, just because it's funny. It doesn't, let's bring some common sense into this too. All right. So I am trying to, I'm looking, because I see a scenario where everybody's going to look at Bitcoin for what I've been wondering, what's it going to look like? And altcoins will bleed if that happens. And I'm not trying to sow doubt, but I'm trying to be realistic. A lot of people, altcoins around the corner, they've been saying that for the last 3 weeks. BitBoy's out here talking about SWE when it's at $2. Like, I told you need to buy SWE. This is going to be the hot. And I mean, yeah, but why are you talking it now when it's at the top and it's getting ready to come back around $1.40? Or if you should know it, if you know everything about the market, BitBoy. But it's the emotions that get out and the egos and everything. And we're going to see a lot of that. People try to get into these altcoins. And I'm telling you, I think there's going to be a sore disappointment. This thing is broke, and we start heading to 73% because we've done it here. We got a breakout. It's squeezed. It's the time. We're getting global adoption. We're thinking, oh no, altcoin season right around the corner. Everybody's going to go to an altcoin because Bitcoin's so boring. Bitcoin's about to get freaking interesting on a global scale. It's coming, and look what we got going on here. Bitcoin dominance. I'm not seeing the signs that it's getting weak. That's what I'm trying to say. Any other thing that I'll be looking at, look, 100 moving average across the 200, 50 across the 360 there. They're turning around. We're above the 200 on the weekly. This is the weekly. The weekly is saying if we're breaking out this trend line on the weekly and expecting a total rejection here, I can't see. At one point, I was hopeful, but the signs I'm seeing are saying, "No, dog. There's some big shit getting ready to pop off here with Bitcoin, and it's going to decimate altcoins." I mean, they will come up, but they are not going to outperform altcoin. They're not going to outperform Bitcoin. That is what this chart is telling me. And I don't know how to process it because I've not processed that in my head yet. I've not made my strategy up for this, and I've got to seriously start thinking about this because Bitcoin is about to do something. And altcoins, I mean, and compare this to Total 3 or others, and yeah, they'll do something. They're not going to, but it will be random. Some will pop off, some will just go stale and stagnant, some will start dying off, and it's just going to be a mess, I think. But you do have, they're size. So I can see us coming back to 782. I don't know if we're going to get past that. But I can see that much, and that's going to pump the bags. But I'm saying, don't fade Bitcoin. Don't fade Bitcoin. I think a lot of people are expecting altcoins to outperform Bitcoin. You're too early. That comes. We have to go back to the Bitcoin dominance chart. That would come when it gets up here. The OG strategy for playing Bitcoin dominance, and I've screwed it up because I'm buying them with dollars which they're at their cheapest, and then we come back and visit those cheap prices for a lot of them. And I'm looking back saying, well, that was kind of stupid. I should have really, really stayed in Bitcoin all this time because it's been where all the gains is. That's why I showed this. This is outperforming my portfolio just in Bitcoin. I don't have a 6x on all my portfolio. I get good on Bitcoin, but I don't have it on all my altcoins. Bitcoin has tore them apart. So, but if it comes up here and Bitcoin runs, now when we do get up here, This is when the altcoin season was. This was the altcoin season. These down here at the bottom, we had some good little, come up, and then we got rejected and had some good little runs in altcoins back a couple years ago there. But I mean, we'll still altcoins go up, but when there's not a true altcoin season, that's the mind blowing where you're making the oh crap, we are actually seeing that Lambo money come in, life changing money. That happens with these big drops like this right here, and like this one here. This was 2017. We haven't had an altcoin season as good as 2017, in my opinion. Last year, everybody's like, that's kind of lackluster, and I was thinking the whole time, that's kind of lackluster. I'm not seeing the gains I was told that we could be expecting in the trading groups and all that. I'm telling you, it's going to go to them. It didn't. There were gains, but it wasn't what we saw in 2017. That was altcoin season. That's when Ethereum came out with ERC20 tokens. They started taking off, and then we diversified from Bitcoin. The money left. Hey man, we can put them in the other altcoins, and they did, and it exploded. But we haven't had that same thing. All we've had is just more and more altcoins to saturate the market over these years. So I don't think we're going to see that big 2017 altcoin, and I think that's the dream that's still being sold to us, and we're still hoping for. I'm sorry to say that. I think there'll be altcoins that do good. There are definitely 25, 50xers out there. You got to get in early and take a lot of risk to do that. But I'm starting to think, man, maybe 10x is hopeful for a lot of these altcoins to stand, especially the bigger ones and stuff. Maybe a 5 to 10x is all we see out of them. I don't know. We've only got 1 year left, basically about 1 year, to see mega gains. So tell me CAP is going to go to $10 when it's fighting to hold 10 cents. And, you got to be realistic at some point and start looking, man. Altcoins are freaking oversaturated. The only guarantee is that Bitcoin is going to keep being bought up and by more and more people and more governments and everything, and it will. It's hard to think of $1 million Bitcoin now, but I mean, at the exponential rate that it is going right now, man, it's starting to look like it could be much more sooner than later. I mean, where we are right now in this market, we didn't think it would happen until 2030. So COVID has really pushed things up as far as the digital front goes. Jackson, are we bullish on Bitcoin? I'm always bullish. Oh, I mean, Bitcoin overall. Yeah, you can tell what I just said. I'm bullish on Bitcoin. I think, yeah, I think I just made that case. Can you check out Carrot? It's stuck at 50 cents. That was on my list from last night, and I didn't get to it. What time are we doing? Oh man, I go through that hour so quick. So Carrot, let me get something with some volume and some other stuff on here. KuCoin looks good. Oh, we already got you figured out over here. I already got you charted over here. Accumulation zone looks like. Let's just take a quick measure. Yep. Let's go down to a daily. So this whole area through here is, I mean, that's going to be kind of tricky for it, but I think it's doing okay. It's below the 9 and the 21 right now on the daily. That kind of sucks, but you got some bigger ones crossing. Where's that candle body? So just eyeballing, you got this little area right through here. So locally, if you're just looking at what's going on over here, connecting a few dots and for not paying much attention to everything else, it's broken a trend line there. That sucks. More of a symmetrical triangle shape there. I never liked this stuff or anything. It's not matured out is the way I read this. We still got some maturing to figure out where this actual trend line is going to establish itself. Fibbing her out. She's coming back 618. Testing on the 50% line right now. It's higher highs, higher lows. I think she's doing okay. I mean, it sucks losing that trend line, but I mean, it's not really established yet, in my personal opinion. So I think, yeah, a retest maybe of these, I mean, maybe 45 cents, maybe that's on the daily. Let's go to the 4 hour, see what we're getting here. 2 hour, I'm on the 2 hour. 2 hours is a good chart. And when I'm looking at these things and I'm brushing through, even though I was meaning to go to the 1 hour, if I'm seeing some confluence, look, about how price is kind of really respected these two moving averages, makes me want to look and see, well, if it's respecting something there, I want to pay more attention to this particular time frame. So I think this one will be a good one. We tested that. It looks like we're coming back down for a retest of those areas, about 44. I do like this, so I think we can come down and start recovering. So I would look for that possibility. If I had to zoom in here, let's see what this does. Let's go back to our initial trend line here. These guys over here, back behind my head. Let me put it over here. So I'm just gonna try something here and see if I can connect these lines and see where we go. Straight as I can. Oh, we're not even coming close to that. It does. I mean, it's coming close to our targets here, so I would respect that. Is there anything else? It's kind of a stretch. We only got 2 touches, so now I'm checking for angle. Support resistance flip. Oh, nice. So now so that angle is cool because we just now found it. It was support and then resistance, support. Nailed that. And here we are right at it. So the hopeful situation is that we won't break back into this because that would be bad. Now that we found our trend line, and it's not the conventional way to look at it either, but I like it. We found our trend channel there. If we bounced it off the top of it, that would be cool. It did it before. It could do it here. We got the 200, 300. We got some good signs up here. We don't necessarily, we already talked to Lucy and the 800 back here, so we knocked that out. We checked that off our box. There's no need to go back and revisit it again, rehash the whole same stories. Come on, we got to keep moving forward, higher, higher. I think we can bounce. Call me crazy, but that's what I'm sticking with right there on the 2 hour. I'm riding with that idea. I'll even call it out there. I'll even step up and say, I'll put my name on it. We'll see if I'm stupid or not. Come on, you suck, Road Dog.
For those of you out there that have hit that like button, I sincerely thank you very much.
So we got to make a bold claim, and nothing else for the algorithm. And so, what could we do? Can we? I'm going to Gandalf it. You shall not pass. Right there. Oh, we got laser eyes. All right, so that's my take on it. That's how I'm making a call. I don't always do that, but I think it can bounce. Oh, we just screwed it up, Gandalf. What's up, Sean? Take Gandalf to the green room. Have we taken a look at KuCoin? I think she's having a little pullback. I meant to take a look at Scoop. I haven't found anything else on Scoop yet. Good brown gravy. Or Grimmer. I can't remember which one you guys mentioned that. Oh me, oh my. Look at that Head and Shoulders that faked out. Oh, she faked out. She faked out so good. Oh, that was beautiful. We talked about that too, but y'all didn't believe me. I bought here. Call me crazy, but I did. I was sold. I sold, and then I was like, oh crap, you're faking out. I got right back in at 63. Now where I'm back at break even. I don't think you hit any targets I had to sell you at, KuCoin. This one just keeps running going. That was a bullish sign to me. There was also some news that came out about it too, I believe. Nothing special, just it's all about hype, and they got an AI trying to run a coin, and I don't know. Let's see what it does. So we got this idea to look at. Are we coming back into this? Looks like we are, really. Because I'm going on candle bodies, so my rules say that we are. That might be an idea. So, KuCoin, what are you doing, baby? Let's go to swing low to swing high. Tell me where we need to buy. 382? Yes! That was another reason why I was looking at this not being a head and shoulders and saying, I don't, it's taking some profit. I think I'm gonna buy some more in. So I did. All right, so we could be retesting this. Is it a double top or is it coming handy to the upside? I once asked a YouTuber how they could tell the difference between a cup and handle to the upside and a double top. They did not like that. They did not like that, and they have never got another like from me ever again. I got banned for asking that question, and it's a legitimate question. How do you tell the difference? Cup and handle to the upside, because I've seen them do a lot of them there, and they didn't play out. And so I was just asking a legitimate question. I got jumped on from so many people in that chat, and I was like, geez, I was asking a legitimate question. Well, it's your tone of voice. And I was like, I'm typed it out. What the hell? Thought I might be able to learn something that maybe I misunderstood something. Nope. I did not fit in with the narrative. So I'm not liking this. That's bad. I think we can come down here, but it's not good being in this cloud. Maybe it's over for KuCoin. They've got bearish divergence there. There is. It may go deeper than 60 cents, to be honest with you. I have to think about that. Anyway, if you're just looking, I mean, we got this trend line here. I'm going to like it dotted there. If you were looking at this, I mean, with our traditional things that we teach and talk about here is the channel, and that one definitely spells out. Let me get rid of this guy. Bergotius, because you can see that it was respected here. Beautiful, man. I'm telling you, channels, if you're not using channels, you're really missing. You're missing some insight. They will keep you from going off the deep end and keep you from trying to squeeze your eyeballs and force some patterns. You see a lot of pattern forcing going by these 15-year professionals. Way more than a true 15-year professional would do. I'm just saying. Something does not add up in the equation and their progress. 43 cents could be on the horizon. Oh man, you suck. You're losing the 50, the 21, and then I hate to say it, but yeah. So we had a reversal pattern here that faked out, and now we're coming back around it. I'm taking profits right now. Oh my Gotius Maximus at this momentus in time. Gotius. Well, I am not wrecked. I will sell at least 50% right now. But now I got to clear out all my limit orders that were not hit. Oh well, such is how we play this game. Better safe than sorry. Half the bag there is gone. Got to do the same thing over here on Solani on the Phantom wallet. Gotius Maximus. Because that's just being responsible. I'm sorry, but you know, you're looking like you lost a trend line here. That's my rule. So I didn't catch you at 73. I'm going to catch you now because I believe, Gotius Maximus, that you need to chill out for a minute. There's a baby Gotius Maximus that I did play, and that will suckers up. Gotius Maximus. This one I'm clearing out all of it because I've recently made this purchase. Let's go, baby. I'm dumping on them. Yep, I'm dumping on you right now. Who bought my dip? All right, so Gautius. Oh, look who's sitting down here just waiting for us, Miss Lucy at 56 cents. What are you going to talk about down there? You're on the 15-minute time frame. We were supposed to take a look at Seamless. That was it. That was the one, Seamless. Here we are. It's on Coinbase. Okay. I've never looked at this before. Here on the 15-minute, look who we just got past and retesting here. It's crazy. Tell me the 800 and 666 don't play this market. I mean, this is why I use them, because they're always in the mix of something. Let's zoom out on Seamless and see what is this? Yeah, it looked awesome till you zoomed out and you're like, oh man, she just took a big hit. So she's got to clear out this area. It's not quite done it yet. Got rejected there basically until we get past here. She wicked up to the 50, fell back down. She's trying on the daily. Bless her little heart. This might be one of the most juiciest opportunities for it if you're brave. Clearly she likes to pump and then dump, so you got that. If I were the betting man, if I were going to play this one, which I'm not, because, well, I'm just not interested in it. I've got too many coins anyway. But seeing how we had a top here and she'd like to wick up there, I would put limit orders up here at 243. As a matter of fact, I would. How would you want to do it? I would go swing high to swing low. And I would target out these little guys. And just set me some limits. Starting here at 254, 237, 208, 189, 168, and 143. Because if she breaks back in here and she does a little spike up there, and I'm not saying she's going to do it anytime soon, she could take her a little while to do that, but she does, man, woo, spiking up all the way up to almost 100%. Could double your money on those little spikes. She comes back down and maybe play it again until she decides to do something. I don't know. She looks like she gets kind of spiky and likes to do that kind of thing, so it looks like that might be something. Mini math, price possible 75 pluses. Come back to the chat here. What's stacking, says OG1. Stacking them, I forgot how and what context I used it. Stacking, usually adding to my bag. Gap Pillar says the dump was off of fake news, so should get back on track. What's the fake news? Nikki9 says longing not. Math price possible 75 cents. What is math? Or maybe just math. Coinbase. Oh, look at you. You dumped it. Our Moonboy targets did not get hit. What was that from? Oh, wow. That's a parabolic. Whoa, what did we do there? Let's go smaller time frame. I told you, when I draw the line, I curse them. Did I not say that earlier? I apologized ahead of time on that one, but you know, when I start tracking those parabolic lines, I do have a gift. I don't know. You don't want me to draw that. A lot of times this is exactly what I expect. They just down and then sideways. After a parabolic, after I draw a parabolic, after I draw the parabola. I've got many streams where I talk about my strange ability to do this. When I draw that parabola, sometimes it's over. I warned them about XDB. I was like, man, digital bitch, y'all don't want me to draw this line. I'm telling you, because I got the curse. There she is. That's funny. All right, so let's take a fresh look. Boom, she lost it. And where'd you come back to? 7/8. Oh no, you dip. Ooh, you got a wick way down there. Where'd you wick down to on the 4 hour? Oh, I think M top, double top. Yes, came down. Should have known it. No, la la la. All excuses or whatever. Swing low to swing high. 786 is where we're hanging out. Nice, yeah. Well, let's just do this one. Let's just cut. Well, we gotta include you though. We gotta include the wick. All right, I'll give you 3. great little target areas, and it's this simple. It really freaking is. Oh, I gotta add this one. Gosh darn it! You're gonna. Normally I would skip over this one, but she's giving me so much confluence right here, being this resistance area, being the 50 moving average, being the top of the Ichimoku cloud. Everything's just screaming and say, Road Dog, no, don't forget me. This is where. So, okay. So I guess I'm mainly kind of looking here at 49, right at 50 cents. We're at what, 38? She's going to have to figure something out there. She's going to have an identity issue. Oh man, the trend line's even pointing toward it. Man, look, candle bodies. No, I'm talking about this one. You're not. This guy, this little angle right here. Got to zoom in. Let's nail that angle. Probably coming from a wick. Let's go from the top wick to this angle. Ah, yeah, see, perfect. Perfecto mundo. Perfecto mundo. Perfecto mundo. Cornholio, got TP in my bunghole. Carry that on out, and there's your resistance area. It's saying this guy right there is going to be an issue. And I'm still sticking with this guy. And of course, I mean, with our 786 retracement, man, when she finally gets through some stuff, if you're looking for a bigger target, I would be looking here 65, 70 cents. But she's saying, man, I'm going to have to fight my way up there. So this is going to be interesting. Moving averages look fairly good, though. They really do. Not bad. I mean, 100, 50, 200. The way they're stacked up, it looks good. Math. All right, so we found an angle, a very defined angle. So channel. Oh my gosh. Let's take it to the wicks. Take it to the wicks. Take it to the wicks right here, and then it's nice. So instead of doing this, which is really common, I got an argument for why you would want to do this, but it's not for, well, this is not applied exactly the same way, but look to the upside. Yeah, I can think this one doing 99 cents. And there you go. There's your TA. Join my class. I'll teach you how to do that. And why don't we just do the traditional, hey man, if you're in a channel, let's just take that channel measure move. See what it gives us. I mean, it's speculating right now. We haven't got a breakout. We're being a daredevil front running this idea here, showing you my knickers and my ankles ahead of time. I know 65 cents is what it says. Okay. Now that crazy thing that we just talked about, that actually is a real thing, but it's based off of this idea. I play a lot. ABCD patterns are a big part of my strategy. It's just that's where we are doing in the market right now, and that's a big part of my strategy. And that's basically what this is: AB equals CD. Google it, or better yet, do Bukowski. So you can take a measure move, and it's very similar to what you see some of the 1 minute guys doing. They just don't understand the principle behind it, and they just don't dig deep into anything. They just don't. But it does suggest that this guy, 87, 88 cents, 88 cents on the dot, will be the shizzle measured move for this guy. And that's where she should give up the ghost and, hey man, I need to take a serious break right now. Now, if that happened, I don't know. I see that it does a lot. I put it in my strategy, but it's just it's a hope. It's still a hope and a dream. There are no guarantees, but I'll throw it out there. I don't care. I'll put a little smiley face right there, saying I likes it where I want us to go there. So math. Looks like that's going to take it a while to say that, but once we get past these highs here, I expect that. Nick and I meant I'm long, not coin. What? Nikki and I meant I'm long, not coin. Oh. Well, Nikki, if you're living up to your name, my friend, Nikki and I. Hey. You can always get into video production, I guess. Start your own OnlyFans, my man. Nikki 9. Showing you 1 inch at a time. Speaking of 1 inch, you like that segue? Let's take a look at 1 inch. Not quite the 9 incher of old Nicky, but hey, we can all dream, can't we? We can all stretch that little measure move in our mind, right? To the upside. Look. Are we actually looking at 1 inch? Accumulation on 1 inch is down at 25 cents and has been in this freaking zone since August 4th when we had the big ass dump. It never recovered. Is it worth getting this? Well, I'm playing this little guy because I hey, look, quarter 1 inch. Let's gotta go back to 70 or something cents, right? Sure, it's taking a sweet little freaking time, but I'm in this little guy playing on spot margin, so can't wait for the day that I can get out of some of these plays. But right now, that's what we're in. Are you trying to break out, baby? You trying to do something 1 inch? Let me come down here and look at your RSI. You trying to do something? Not quite yet. Not quite yet. Not quite yet. If anything, she's losing some steam here. Even with that idea. You guys to start working on something 1 inch. Maybe you can take a lesson from Nikki 9. 9-packer. Guys, thanks for hanging out with me. See you again tomorrow night. Take a look at the market on a Sunday. Reset this whole week. See what we got going. They just been playing with us this weekend is what I really do think. We always like to leave this show taking one last look at Bitcoin. And oh my gosh, she killed it. She's dead. But oh no, it's over. I'm on the 6 minute. What were you doing? Oh no, she's okay. Walk it off. Walk it off. We're cool. We are coming up to area rejection right here. The 800 moving average. That's kind of a big one to get over, even on this small time frame. But I kind of like, look what the small time frame did do. Look at this. That beautiful. Look, that 180 on that 50 moving average on that 200. That's beautiful. Jump through a red cloud. Got the little sliver of red. This is looking kind of cool, even though we got resistance here. She made it. She can pull back, retest these areas. 67.1, 67.2. All this on the 6 hour. I think it looks kind of interesting. I think they're just playing with us. You might even see a nice big pump. Oh, look, shoulder, head to the shoulder, says shoulders to the upside right here. See you guys tomorrow. Trade carefully. Take care. God bless you. Tomorrow's church day, by the way, just to remind you.
Come on, come here, bud. Come on. You freaky dog. I don't need to analyze every word that comes.
Nikki 9, I totally misread that. I will put that one on the list. Sorry I missed that. I'll put that on the list for tomorrow. Not planned. Request. That is popular on Telegram. Telegram token has not been doing very well. It needs to. I hope so. I got Telegram too. Well, I'll put that on the list. Take a look at first thing tomorrow stream.
In the nighttime, hit my hotline. Sharing secrets, you was really was part your life. Basic bullets.
You could have done that instead of.
Does your wife know you're begging for my notice?
Could have done that instead of doing 1 inch. Thank you for your insight, Sean. Why don't you go back to your cage? Yeah, master. What time says OG1? Tomorrow's Sunday. Now, sometimes I like to do a little earlier, but usually I'm about 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is usually when I end up streaming. And then I do random ones during the day sometimes, but mostly 10, best to say about 10:30 at night. Eastern Standard Time. Mileage may vary.
Give me a miracle. Added a syllable. Talking about big cash, that's the minimum. I'm done with this trash. Talk to me.